היי, אני מראיינת כאן את לינדסי היפה. היא שמה לינדסי פלנטין. היא אשתו של דניאל, למי שיודע מי זה, מגרייט בריטן. And we'll have it in English because we know Lindsay to understand too. So Lindsay, I have just seen your lambada. Well, I don't have your story. I cannot make all these aids like you do. You were marvelous. I don't ask you how did you study or learn or whatever to dance like this, but I know you have been on a wheelchair in like 5 years ago.
How many? 10 years ago. Let's wait for the light. Okay, but
10 years ago
10
you were
years ago,
at the wheelchair. It was before doTERRA?
No, so it was just I started doTERRA 12 years ago. And then I started using them for our children, and it was all lovely. But my pelvis was damaged when I had our daughter.
You're enlightening.
So when I had our daughter, my pelvis was slightly torn, and so I couldn't walk anymore. And so that was what stopped me from being able to look after my children. And so in order to be able to go to the park or go to shops or go for a walk, we got a wheelchair. And
So what was the diagnosis?
So I had pubis symphysis diastasis, dysfunction. Sorry, and so it's basically where the ligaments of your pubic bone. This is your pubic bone. There's ligaments here, ligaments here. This one, the posterior ligament, was partially torn, and so that's why no one really picked up on it. So for about a year they were doing physio, and they said, oh, it will just get better, it will just get better, it will just get better. And I tried everything that I could possibly do. Like I really tried everything anyone suggested.
And you have just entered doTERRA then?
So I had just entered doTERRA. So I was using doTERRA for my mental health because it was really hard emotionally to not be able to be myself.
And you had a baby then?
And we had a baby and a 2-year-old, so it was our second child. So my husband was helping me to look after them, and then he had to go back to work, and so it was a really difficult period of time. But the key was that then we used the wheelchair so that we could still go out, because I love being outdoors, I love going for walks. So this was a small way that we could actually go outside. But then I went to Prague convention and I met Dr. Hill. And he gave me a protocol so that I could get out of the wheelchair. And even though I was using oils and I was teaching workshops and I was silver by that point.
Oh my God!
So I was doing the thing.
So you had this fire in your belly.
I loved it. I loved that I could help people even though I couldn't sort myself out. It was really it was a bit of a paradox that I could help them, but like, why can't I help myself?
But you
it was very frustrating. But I couldn't find a way. I couldn't figure it out. And so Dr. Hill then, he's like an encyclopedia of chemistry, right? Of essential chemistry. So he just picked on, we'll need one oil for disrupting the pain cycle, and then we'll need another oil to reknit the nervous tissue, and we need another oil to reduce inflammation. And so he picked out helichrysum and lemongrass.
So what did you do? What is the protocol?
So it was
you are perfectly well. No wheelchair, lavanda dancing, lambada dancing. So beautiful dance.
So he gave me a recipe to make a roller. So I would roll it on my pubic bone every time I had pain, which at the beginning was about every hour. And so it was just a way for me to reduce it. And at the beginning I thought, oh, this is great, it's calming it down. And then I lost my roller. And a really good way to test if something's working is to take it away, right?
And suddenly you understood you don't need it anymore?
No, I did. I needed it, and the pain came back because it was only been 2 weeks. It had only been 2 weeks of using it, and I thought, oh, it's coming back. So it must have been the roller. And so I continued. So then I did LLV as well and DDR prime. That was part of the protocol. And then I didn't need the roller anymore. So it took a few months. It was a lot of healing needed. And so then after a while, I didn't need the roller. And then I thought, oh, I can run after my children. Oh, I could dance again. And so that's what the dancing is part of me. I've danced since I was 2. And so it was able to bring me back to that. It was able to bring me back to who I am.
And suddenly you're just yourself
Yeah.
now?
Yeah, it was really fast, like within a 6-month period. And actually he said to me, and I want to know how you're getting on. We're gonna give it some time. And I'm thinking, oh, here we go, it's gonna be years. And he said, you know, let me know in 6 months. And I was like, 6 months? That's really short. I can totally let you know. And within 6 months, I was able to do so much that I thought we can have another baby. And so we had another baby.
Do you know what's physically happened there, like an X-ray or something?
Yeah. We had an MRI. So because it wasn't fixing itself, I had a private MRI because they were just kind of, oh, well, you know, find a way. This is just how it's going to be, was what I was told by the consultants. So I had an MRI to see what was going on. Why is it not?
But you came to MRI with no wheelchair, and you came to the doctor with no wheelchair.
Yeah,
Didn't they see?
I came to the MRI. Oh no! I had the MRI with the wheelchair to know what was going on, and then it was my pain management consultant. That was an interesting conversation because I'd seen him and we tried all these different things, and then I went back to him afterwards, and I didn't have the wheelchair, and I was like, I think that these wheels have done this, this, and this.
It sounds like Bible stories.
It was honestly,
He could walk again.
For our family. It was our miracle, and I loved his response because it was so honest. And I wish more doctors would give this response. I said, is it possible that these oils have interrupted the pain cycle and helped to reknit the tissue, and that's enabled me to heal? And he said, possibly, but I don't know enough. And I love that he said that.
I think now you know, because now you're Blue Diamond, so now you know, because you teach others, and that's what we do.
Yeah, absolutely.
We suffer by ourselves, we'll find a way, and then we teach.
Yeah. It's true. And I think it does. Every experience we have gives us more empathy to the next person.
Could you please come to Israel to our convention? We have convention on November 1st. Please come and tell your story from the stage, or even not from the stage. I'll let your story,
I've never been to Israel. I'd love to go to Israel. So
please come.
Let's see what's possible. Thank you so much.
This was lovely, Lindsi, and well, you can do it.